And of course, one of the more famous statues of the Black Madonnas. These statues are considered, you know, literal gods. The statue of the Black Madonna in Poland is considered the Queen of Poland. She is referred to as the Queen of Poland. They change her clothes. This is clothes that they have on. They change the clothes and put on new clothes and have special people wash the clothes and you know, and new garments and what do you call it, the chain and the staff and the little crown for the little man's head. These are garments they have on here that come off, and they change them and put them back on up to a day like now. You can't just go and be playing with this and be taking pictures and so on. So what I'm expressing to you, my family, is, you know, the level of importance that the Black Madonna and Child is given in Europe. It may have gone over our head, or our heads, because it's more than one of us. But for sure, this is something that's a reality in the world. So we, as the African people who has been somewhat bamboozled into, you know, promoting the white Virgin Mary, or the white Virgin of Mary, and the little child, yet still those who gave us that, I don't know where they got it from, but they're holding on to our stuff. And I know where they got that from. They got it from us, to the point that they're dressing statues and making sure that they're clean and brush their teeth and all of that. All right, maybe a little exaggeration there. But if they could open their mouths, they would brush their teeth. Then, of course, in Islam, you can see the foundation of Islam. We did a whole episode on Islam. We have a documentary speaking of Rastafari, Haile Selassie, and Islam. You know, that's available, that you could get a copy of that, Rastafari, Haile Selassie, and Islam. And we're showing you clearly, obviously, you could see the difference between Bilal, which is seen here on top of the Kishwa itself, where the Kaaba is, as far as a drawing, and other members of the faithful around him. And you could see the obvious difference with Bilal and the other individuals. You could see he's much darker. Who is Bilal? Bilal is the Ethiopian. Bilal is, I think, the third or the fourth highest in Islamic understanding of, well, let's just say sainthood, although they may not use that term. Bilal specifically is the individual that called for the first prayer. The first call to prayer was done by Bilal. Prophet Muhammad said that he sees Bilal, or he heard Bilal's footsteps going into paradise before him. That is why we did a whole program on it. That is why the Ethiopians preserved the Islamic tradition for Muhammad. Yeah, man, you didn't know that. The Ethiopian king preserved the Islamic tradition for Muhammad. In fact, the tradition that is called Islam is an ancient tradition, again coming out of Ethiopia. It may look Arabized today because that is what has happened. But as you could see, it is a black man that had to initiate it for them. Bilal, buried in Syria, is a black man that had to give the call for them to come and bow down and worship. The first Islamic prayer was called by the black god Bilal. And there's so much racism in Arab Islam today, it's not funny. There's a serious hatred by Arabs for black people, and some of you not aware of that, but it's deep. That's why they even disrespect Bilal. If you go to his grave in Syria, it is not even well kept because of the hatred that they have for him. When again, obviously, the whole construct, Islam is African. That's why it's an African that had to come and bring it to them. You see, history not going to explain that to you properly. Not even Islamic history will explain that to you properly. We have to remember we are hundreds, in some cases, thousands of years removed from these stories that we're trying to piece together. And we just get a sentence or two and we think we know everything. But I'm telling you, Bilal is who brought that religion, that morality, that Prophet Muhammad used to construct what you call Islam today. Look, you can see it for itself. The knowledge Bilal brought from Africa, you could see it for yourself. The way we kneel and pray and sip water from the earth, which is salvation, you can see it for yourself. That came from this. So this is why you could see for yourself again that there's a strong presence of the African in ancient Islam. There's a strong presence of the Black man in all ancient traditions, even as the medicine man, as you even see here, you know. And the Moors, keep in mind that the Moors in general was the ones that went into Europe and civilized them. You hear about the Renaissance, as one of our teachers would say, we brought civilization for the second time to Europe when the Moors came in from Coldebar and these places.
All right, my family, blessed love, give thanks for your presence. Just giving you a sneak preview somewhat of the online documentary that was done a few months ago. That is a bit, an excerpt really from the Divine Black, you know, for sure, giving you a good understanding of the Africans present in Islam. And of course, definitely, this was an online lecture presentation, a webinar, really. Some of you were present for that presentation itself. But of course, remember, you can get the full online documentary, the full online lecture. All you have to do is visit our website, which is priestisaacinstitute.com. And while you're there, definitely you can pick up your chalices, your chalwas specifically. Very easy. Everything is so easy right now. You just press a button and you're already there. But you go to the area marked shop. And when you go to shop, you will see, of course, our different books, our online books, our DVD documentaries, and other online lectures that we would have done, online webinars that we would have done. But if you go straight again to shop, you will come down, scroll down, and you see the lecture, The Divine Black. This is what you've been listening to. In fact, I'm going to give you a bit more of it before I'm done, but this is The Divine Black, Africa's presence in all civilization. And this is Rastafari, Haile Selassie in Islam, which was being mentioned here, referred to here a moment ago. These are two of the wonderful webinars that we would have done. And of course, we have preserved them. We didn't just do them and, you know, throw them into the wind. So they're there for those who would have never seen them, those who would have seen them and, you know, would have definitely delighted in them, could tell you the joy. And again, for sure, you could definitely contact us and get your own copy. Visit the website, priestisaacinstitute@gmail.com, priestisaacinstitute.com. I'm giving you email there, priestisaacinstitute.com. But of course, the email is priestisaacinstitute@gmail.com. And of course, you could visit Radio Anu while you're there as well. Of course, you could see what's the earliest in our lectures. And remember our homeschool programs for sure. At this moment, we definitely are very happy that we recently launched the biology edition of our international homeschool program for the young minds, the young ones. Although, you know, it's designed for from K to third grade family, even if you are a CEO at the bank and you need to touch up on your astronomy and you need to touch up on your Afrocentricity, which most of us need to touch up on. Not only touch up, we need to get a grip on it, because we need some touching up. And even if you missed out biology in school, or you can't even remember what Miss Samuel was teaching on the blackboard, you could definitely enroll your young ones And don't be ashamed to sit down with them and listen to Uncle Priest Isaac, because that's what we are known as when it comes to the homeschool. And again, you know, sharpen up on your Afrocentricity. There's nothing wrong. Learn your Swahili words. There's nothing wrong. Learn the capital of the African countries. There's nothing wrong. Learn the kings of ancient Songhai and learn of the empresses from the ancient West African kingdoms, and learn of the stars and learn of the planets and learn of the organs and of the anatomy, and learn about the cell and learn about the atom and the protons and the neutrons and the states of matter. Don't be ashamed. Again, enroll the young ones, enroll yourself. Very economical, as you know. Very, very inexpensive. You could definitely pay monthly, or you could take the whole year's package, or the 5-month package, different packages for the different subject areas. Family, this is something that I personally would encourage you to be a part of, the International Homeschool Program. Definitely, there's nothing at all you can lose by being a part of it. Remember, all the link is in the description below. And definitely you could just press and come to the website, and you'll find the email address and listen to Radio Ando, and everything is just there for you. Hey, I'm going to give you a bit more of the Divine Black. Give thanks for your presence with us. And of course, I will sup with you again. King Selassie, Jah,
Love hygiene.
Rastafari.
Remember, in these places, nobody was washing their skin.
Oh my.
Nobody knew what to do with their feces.
Ooh.
All of these movies we watch make us believe that Europe was this civilization from however long when. You understand? Europe only woke up when they drove the Moors out of Spain. The Moors from 711, write this down, from 711 to 1492 AD we talking about. The Moors came in and revived Europe from 711. And when Ferdinand and Isabella drove them out in 1492, that's the same year Columbus go and jump on the boats to go and discover some new world, because they needed something to revive them again now that the Moors were gone. So whatever little civilization Europe had when Columbus jumped on his boats, it is us. It is us. We were the one that taught them everything, even to navigate the sea. Columbus needed the Moors. It was a Moor, a Black African, that had to help them navigate the sea to come to the Western world. So we are the true civilizers. And then when we come out of Europe now, and we check India, remember, India is considered to be East Ethiopia. In many books, when you hear about East Ethiopia, you're gone past Arabia, etc. We've gone into India. It is said that India has the largest, some people would say the largest Black population in the world, which they really mean Black in the sense of the color black, the skin, dark skin, not necessarily what we may want to call African, but I mean dark skin. If we're looking at people as the color of their skin now, dark skin. India is said to have the most, really. But then let's look at the tradition. This is Shanti Deva.